Hey, it's been a bit of a serious day, so I'll tell you something funny. I have a new trader today, and I'm telling him, hey, buddy, let's go short Adobe ahead of the earnings report, short the fuck out of it. And the guy's sending me a picture of Adobe, some news from Adobe from a couple of days ago. He says, but Leo, the news is so good on Adobe. It looks so good. And Leo, I'm looking and it's going higher. It's, everything is dropping, but Adobe is going higher. And Leo, I just can't see this. Look, Leo, I'm buying calls. I said to the guy, okay, fine. I'm not sure exactly why the fuck you signed up to trade with a coach, but I said, if you want to buy calls, I said, fucking do it. And I said, if calls don't work on this trade for you, okay, I made a deal with a guy. You will take all the fucking courses that we have here at 30 Market Moves. And I said, I will not trade with you ever again until you will pass all the fucking quizzes and tests. I said, I will personally test you on everything in our course curriculum. And the guy said, okay, Leo, it looks so good. I'm buying calls. So, needless to say, Adobe drops 10% after hours. The guy is studying the fucking courses right now. But the point is this, guys. Most of the traders don't see winter during summertime. Summertime for the market is here, yeah? You don't think about winter. You don't think about shit going down unless, okay, you're confronted with the brutal reality that this is not a bull market. The news have brainwashed you that this is a bull market. Then how the fuck some of the best stocks over the last 5 years are dropping 10% on a single piece of information, on a single catalyst? How could that be? And how could stock like MDGL, guys, we not so long ago, we posted a video about MDGL. It's on the channel. You can go look it up. MDGL, 1,000 price target, long-term price target. But needless to say, we're highly bullish on shares of MDGL. And it finally gets an approval. So shares of MDGL are up from $240 to $300 after hours. Okay, great. But the question is, why aren't they up to $400 or $500? Because this is the only drug related to the problem that it solves that has ever been approved. And there's been like a gazillion companies trying to get approved this sort of drug, and it targets a huge demographic. So the question, why is the stock not up higher? Well, it is because we're not in a fucking bull market, damn it. Yet most of you, when you see a green candle, oh, Leo, it's a bull market. Leo, don't you know? Yeah, they're going to buy the dip. They're going to buy the fucking dip there. Leo, how can this be a crash? Guys, I have lived and traded through so many moments of this market, okay, where nothing seems possible. Like the market just can't do no wrong. It can't drop until you see sectors of the market they begin to roll over. One by one, the dominoes begin to drop and cause other dominoes in the chain to drop. So there's so many bearish signals. Just to name a few, guys, there's a bearish divergence on the RSI at over 90% of the charts. That's telling you that as stocks are moving higher, the RSI is actually dropping off in relation to where the stocks have been prior. That's not a good sign. It does result, RSI bear divergence does result, not necessarily in immediate drop. Like when you see an RSI divergence in the chart, it doesn't necessarily mean, oh shit, it's going to collapse tomorrow. But the point is this, the RSI divergence on the charts now have been going on for over 2 months. And so for that reason, this drop off it could be, I would say this drop off in the market could be the fastest, the most I mean, this is going to be like, this is probably going to go down. Fuck, I can't even find the words to fucking say it. I mean, this is how crazy this shit is. And the craziest part is, nobody's talking about it, okay? Nobody's like on CNBC and they're like, it's another normal fucking day in the markets, you know? They're like, well, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about some bullshit here and there. Like, nobody's even talking about this flash crash that is due at any fucking given moment. That is how you know that you've got something. When nobody's talking about it and you see, 89 various divergences. I just gave you one, the RSI divergence. Another divergence is the volume divergence, right? Most of this shit that goes higher, it goes up on very low volume. And that can only last for so long. As a matter of fact, historically, shit never lasted this long on the upside, where the market doesn't drop more than 60 points on any given day. We only had one instance where the market dropped by more than 60 points. It was about a month ago now. And normally, after a move like that, after an expansion move, you get a follow-through, meaning like you'd get an instant move to a much greater expansion. Like normally, it's double or triple the size. So most of you probably we're getting impatient with the flash crash until the last hour of the trading session. And all it is, man, shit starts collapsing. And what do? They buy the fucking dip, right? And that behavior is very, very normal. Okay, some of you that are like, fuck, what kind of fucking flash crash is it? They just buying the shit up in the last 20 minutes of the close. And guys, I'm telling you, that is exactly the kind of action you want to see right before the flash crash. Okay, it's just like, call it the Last Supper. I mean, call it last bounce, okay? Market is about to go through such a great mispricing. Like, things are going to get me. Things that are up now exponentially, they're going to go down 50%. I mean, that's a given. That's not, you don't have to, you don't even have to be very sharp to understand that something that goes exponentially higher for an extended amount of time in relation to any other time frame throughout the market history, okay, it always resolves in a fucking drop. And yet there are people that are buying minuscule dips at the top. That is a very poor strategy for anyone that bought the fucking dip, okay, yesterday or today. That is a very poor fucking strategy, because the probability of something moving higher in relation to the pricing of the options at this very moment in the market is absolutely absurd. You will never make money on fucking calls right now. And I'm recording this on March 14th, 2024. You could be buying calls thinking it's a bull market, and you are losing your ass right now. Because on every dip, you're dropping out. On every dip you think is a buyable dip, there comes a bigger drop, and you're getting out because you can't stand it. You can't see your account going lower and lower and lower and lower. And that's why, calls is not a fucking strategy at the market tops. And nobody on CNBC, nobody in Bloomberg, nobody on whatever the fuck you want, nobody's talking about it because, well, honestly, nobody wants to look stupid, right? So, but here at 13 Market Moves, we don't mind to look stupid, because at the end, we look extremely fucking smart, okay? You may sound stupid for a little bit until everybody acknowledges, oh shit, well, my God, I mean, how did you fucking know this shit was going to happen? An easy example is like NVIDIA at $120, $130. The videos are on the channel. We were screaming, fucking buy the shit out of NVIDIA calls, right? And so the question is, in the recent days, you have an abundance of analysts. They're like, NVIDIA, I'm raising my target price to 1,200. NVIDIA, I'm raising my target price to 1,400. NVIDIA, I'm raising my target price. What are you, fucking completely fucking retarded? You want to raise your price target after something has gone from $120, $130 when we were telling you to buy the shit out of calls? You want to raise your target price now when it just hit $970? Are you fucking retarded? But yet, that's what Wall Street analysts do. Why? Because they're fucking sheep. They are a herd of sheep, nothing more. Oh, you're raising your target prices? Oh, pick me. I'm going to raise my fucking price target too. Oh, because it looks safe, because it looks like it's going higher. Shit, it's dropping. Oh my God, shit. I guess I ain't getting my Christmas bonus. Oh, fuck, NVIDIA. Why are you doing this to me? NVIDIA, please stop dropping. Oh, finally, somebody's buying the dip. Oh, not again. It's dropping again. Holy shit. I thought it was AI. I thought it's supposed to go higher. Man, them guys on Wall Street are no fucking different to an average fucking trader. They don't have a these Wall Street fucking analysts, okay? Most of them don't have a clue what they're doing. The question is, if these Wall Street analysts are so fucking good like we are at 13 Market Moves, then why the fuck were they not calling for NVIDIA target price at 1,400 when NVIDIA was at $120? Why were they calling for NVIDIA drop to 90 or 100 at the time it was trading at $120? And why were the same fucking Wall Street analysts, when in the beginning of the year Tesla trades at $260 a share, why are these fucking idiots telling you it's going to go to $350? And setting the target prices? I'm telling you why they're doing that. Because they only raise their target prices when something goes higher. Okay? Oh, it's going higher. Oh, maybe I should raise my target price. Yeah, if you're a total idiot right before the shit collapses. So, Tesla was on the top 10 short list of 13 Market Moves when it was at $263. Today, Tesla is at $160. And we're only 2 months into the trade, guys. The shit is down 40%. We're only 2 months into the trade. Another one is Apple. Apple was on the top 10 of the short list for 13 Market Moves on the 1st of January, 2024. I mean, Apple is down 20-30%. But I think Apple could actually outperform the drop on Tesla. There are still idiots on Wall Street that think Apple can go higher from here. Like, I'm telling you, these guys, they never look at a fucking chart. Like, it's all about, hey, what are y'all buying over there? Oh man, maybe I should be buying some of that too. Oh, y'all raising your target price over there at this firm? Oh shit, I'm gonna go talk to my homies today. Maybe we should be raising price target at our firm. They're fucking idiots. They're a herd of sheep. Okay? And I'm telling you, it's the same herd of sheep that will be exiting all the bullshit that they've been raising their target prices on. Okay, so the stuff that gets the raises the most as the thing continues higher, that's the shit that's going to fall the hardest, right? SMCI, NVDA, AMD. AMD fucking down 20% in 2 days. That's a bull market? What are you? What the fuck? I mean, what are you smoking? It's a bull market. The stock is down 20% in 2 days. It's a bull market. Like, you got to be complete. Like, you have to be completely just not. Some traders, guys, I'm telling you, unless, you get your own brain, you will never beat the market. And to have your own brain, I mean, I work with some brilliant people that were brilliant in their own area. Brain surgeons, nuclear engineers. But yet, when it comes to market, they're idiots. And I don't mean it with no disrespect. I'm not no fucking nuclear engineer. But I know the markets. I know the charts. I know when things look so improbable to an average person. I know when things look so improbable to a herd of sheep. I know the signs. I know the signals. I know when shit is about to drop. Because this is what I do. That is my area of expertise. And thank God I was able to teach many coaches here at 13 Market Moves that understand the signs, understand the signals, which makes what we do here at 13 Market Moves a coachable concept. So instead of buying calls on the dip at market highs, when you have 89 fucking divergences going on at the same time, when you have a flash pattern in Japan, in Bitcoin, in Ethereum, in SMCI, in Nvidia, in gold, it is the same fucking pattern again, like across market sectors. They're totally in for the majority of the times when we're trading them, they're unrelated, they are uncorrelated, they are they don't have a negative correlation, they don't have a positive correlation, they are uncorrelated, and yet they are producing the same flash crash pattern. While Mnuchin is trying to pump the market. I'm telling you, this Mnuchin guy, anytime you see that motherfucker on TV, there's only one thing you do. Okay, whatever he's trying to pitch, you short the bitch. You short it. Okay? Mnuchin pitch equals short the bitch. Like, as in, the ticker for Bitcoin futures is BTCH. I didn't make that up. Okay, that's the ticker for the Bitcoin futures right now, /BTCH, which is nothing new to those of you that are in the game, but it may be something new to some of the new guys. So anyways, it's worth a good laugh. Short the bitch, BTCH. Guys, Bitcoin is going to drop 20,000 points before it's going to resume the trend higher. See, it's very simple, okay? When everyone expects something to go higher, it never fucking does. Like, everyone in the world is expecting Bitcoin to go fucking higher right now. Not going to fucking happen. It's just not going to fucking happen. And I'm not talking about a couple of 1,000-point bounds. Sure. Bitcoin is a jumpy bitch, but it's going down, okay? And understand, this is a statement from somebody that loves crypto, that loves Bitcoin, okay? I'm telling you, there's been so many flash crashes throughout the crypto history, you have to be an absolute idiot to ignore it. Yet, what do people do? It's psychologically, it is so fucking crazy how people do the same shit again and again and again and again. Like, the same people, okay, that didn't see the Bitcoin topping at 69,000 a couple of years ago, the same fucking people that are now convinced it's going back to the moon. Well, the question is, why the fuck did they sell it when it dropped to 16,000, right? So, you buy high and you sell low. That's the new formula for making money in the markets. Like, hello, like, I'm sorry. The last time I talked to Warren, that's not the idea. It's actually exactly the opposite. Okay, you buy low, you sell high, or you short high and you buy back low. That's the fucking formula. Well, yet so many people, Leo, oh my God, it's a green candle. It looks so bullish. Yeah, that's when you're supposed to be buying puts. Okay? The shit is already up 600% this year. You want to bet on the fact that it's going to go another 20 points higher? What? Well, don't chase the last 20 points. Okay? Chase the next 200 points. The next 200 points are lower, not higher. So, guys, people are just so emotional over these green candles right now. Nobody can see Bitcoin drop. Everybody sees it going to the fucking moon right now. And every time in the history of Bitcoin or crypto, when everyone just can't see straight, guess what happens? It's exactly the opposite. Yes, and then they're sitting there, oh my God, man, I can't believe, man, it just dropped from 74 to 68. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh, I hope it don't drop no more. Oh, here comes the bounce. Here, oh yes, I knew they told me, buy the dips. Here comes the bounce. I'm on the right path. Right before what? The shit collapses 20,000 points. And then the same guy be like, oh, fuck, man, I ain't buying the dip no more. At the same time, when it actually makes sense to buy the dip. See, when they're telling you to buy the dips, they're not telling you like, well, buy the dip if it drops 5,000 points, okay? Or, somebody can easily misinterpret that. Well, buy the dip when it drops 500 points. Okay, I already bought the dip. Oh, shit, it's another 4,500 points lower. What the fuck? They didn't tell me I should wait to buy the dip when it drops 4,500 or 5,000 points. Shit, I bought the dip when it dropped 500 points. Just buy the dip. Yeah, really? Just buy the fucking any dip? Like, seriously? That's just bullshit. So, who the fuck buys the dips at all-time highs? Well, I'll tell you who buys the dips at all-time highs. People that will never make any big money in the stock market. That's who buys the dips at all-time highs. Okay? Because you're guaranteed, if you're applying any risk management, okay, when you're buying the dips very close to all-time highs, whether it's you're buying the dip on gold, you're buying the dip on Bitcoin or Ethereum, you're buying the dip in Japan, you're buying any kind of dip close to all-time highs, while you got 89 bear divergences staring you right in your eye, telling you, what the fuck are you doing buying calls here? And you're like, but dude, Leo, look at this bullish report I'm reading. They're saying it's good shit. Leo, I can't get caught. I'm buying calls. Like, that is the stupidest shit, okay, that you could be doing as a trader. Okay? So, we speak from experience, guys. We have nailed many, many tops in the market. We have nailed many, many tops in stocks. And we got over 1,200 videos. If you really wanted to, you can go and review all of them, and you would know we're highly, highly accurate when it comes to nailing market tops. Now, there's something else you should know about the tops, and that is sometimes tops will take a little while to form. And it's going to look like, okay, here's something that's breaking, but here comes the bounce. Okay, that tells you what? There is a greater number of people today that were willing to sell the market. Overall, majority of the stocks, indexes, whatever. There was a lot more market participants today willing to sell the market than compared to the last couple of months. However, there's still those people that are convinced that it is a good idea to buy the dips very close to the market tops that came in and bought the dip late in the day. Now, you should also know something about those dip buyers is at the very sign that shit begins to roll over tomorrow, those are going to be the same idiots that will be jumping out of their call positions. They'll be the same people jumping out of their shares. They'll be the same people dumping. Okay? That's why bounces at market highs, when there's clear sectors that are rolling over and they're not coming back, and yet people are thinking, oh my God, well, let me buy the dip because it's going higher, right? So those are some of the most beautiful opportunities. These are some of the most, those are the moments in the market that you cherish. Like if you're a true trader, you're like, my God, this herd of sheep out there, they are about all to head for the exit. And I am in that position before these idiots head for the exit. Thank you, God. Okay? Thank you, God. Thank you, the gods of the market. How can I be seeing these 89 fucking divergences, and yet there's 99% of people that are so fucking bullish on the market right now? That is a beautiful fucking thing. As somebody that profits from market drops for the majority of the time, right? Clearly, we go both ways, right? We'll do calls, we'll do puts. Like I just gave you an example earlier, MDGL calls. The stock is up 60 points. I gave you ADB puts. The stock is down 70 points after hours. So we do both. When it makes sense to buy calls, we buy calls. When it makes sense to buy puts, we buy puts. But there's a moment in the market where it doesn't make sense to buy calls anymore, and you go all puts. And it is something that nobody will ever tell you because they're pushing some bullshit on you. They're going to tell you, no, well, you should be buying this kind of stock when the market is dropping, and you should be diversifying when the market is dropping. You should be waiting for these bargain opportunities. When the market drops, you should come in and buy. The question is, why are none of these fuckers are telling you, look, it's a fucking top. The thing you should be doing now is buying puts. You should be shorting the fuck out of the market. Okay, because it's about to roll over. It's about to fold. We're about to fucking transit into a flash crash mode at any given fucking moment. And when you make, 10x, 20x, 30x on your account on this drop because it's going to be lightning fast, that is when you could start considering at some point in not so distant future buying the dip. Okay, so why aren't they? Because it is conventional bullshit. Well, how could you can't just be 100% short the market. Well, you can't do that. You're also going to have some bullshit calls. Well, no, that's the bullshit, okay? And because there's moments in the market where you should be 100% short. There are moments in the market where you should be fucking 100% long, okay? And then for the most of the part, okay, you should have a good mix. You should have some calls on certain things because there's certain parts of the market that are bullish and certain parts of the market that are bearish, and you should have a good mix. But there are moments in time like right now, like March 14th, 2024, you should be all puts, and you should be securing a variation of different strike prices. You should be securing variations of different expirations. Okay, you should be securing, top 10 fucking trading ideas. Guys, I don't know many of you, how many of you watched our top 10 shorts for 2024, but Boeing, was also trading at $263, just like Tesla. You know where Boeing is today? It's fucking 180, 190 bucks. A coincidence? Like, how do we call all of these, like, some of the biggest fucking names, right? I'm not going out there calling fucking penny stocks, that went from $1 to 100, and for a fact they're going to drop in the next, day or 2 or 3 weeks, okay? We're not doing that. I'm calling like big fucking names that Wall Street just went completely blind on, and I'm calling them on their bullshit, okay? Apple, down huge. Boeing, down huge. Fucking, there's a number of stocks that are down huge that they were raising their price targets on. And that's what they're fitting you the same shit that they were fitting you on Tesla when it was at 260. They're fitting you the same bullshit that they were fitting you on Boeing, make it a buy rating at 260. Okay, they're fitting the same fucking people are fitting you bullshit that were telling you to buy Apple at 198. Okay? So, it's the same fucking people that are raising price targets now on NVIDIA. Okay, when NVIDIA hits almost 1,000, that's the moment they decide to raise a price target? Come on, man. Where the fuck were you all the way at 120, 130? 200. You're going to start raising prices when fucking shit hits 900. Wow, that is brilliant. Wow. I guess, they don't really make, the Wall Street analysts, they know better than an average fucking person sitting at the house fucking trading. Okay, but that's an advantage to you, right? If you're an average guy sitting at your house trading from your fucking computer or your phone, that tells you your competition is absolute shit. Okay, and if you get a little bit of edge, like coming and learning the 30 Market Moves curriculum, if you work with a coach, you can actually beat those suckers. You can beat them by not like, I'm going to beat fucking Wall Street 2-1. You can beat fucking Wall Street 10-1, 30-1, okay? And that's why you come to 13 market moves. Now, guys, there's some brilliant fucking trades that we've got in the making. And no secret, they're not on the call side. And no secret, a lot of stocks are going to drop. But there are always certain sectors, there are always certain stocks that will take a much bigger hit than the rest of the stocks. And so the question to you right now, okay, I get it, Leo. I don't want to be an idiot. I don't want to be buying those small size dips very close to the top of the market. What I do want to do is identify those stocks that has run up like crazy for no reason because them fucking groupies at Wall Street be buying them. I don't want to be a fucking groupie, okay? I want to be a line who'll take that herd of sheep down, okay? So if you got that kind of mentality, then you should go to 13mmtv.com. You should click the big orange button and you should start trading with the 13 Market Moves coach. Okay? This very moment, I want you to forget everything you know about trading. I want you to follow the 13 Market Moves program 100% to the T. Okay? And I promise you, this gives you an opportunity to be among the top 50 traders that will go million plus with 13 market moves this year in 2024. Do anything else, and there's nothing. There's no guarantees. I don't know. I mean, if you're going to follow a little bit of a system here and a little bit of another system here, and you're going to feel like, hey, a green candle, you should be buying calls. Guys, there's no guarantees. What I am telling you, there is an insane amount of certainty if you come and trade with 13 market moves as of today, March 14th, and you forget, and you put all the bullshit that you learn about trading aside, and you're going to fucking not listen to the news, not listen to all these bullshit Wall Street analysts, there is a high probability that you will beat Wall Street 10 to 1, 20 to 1, 30 to 1. So, with that said, it's up to you. You want to base your decisions on market news and what the fuck a Wall Street analyst tell you to do? Well, that's what you've been doing for years. And the question to ask yourself right now is, how did that shit work out for you? Leo, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I should be giving you guys a call a long fucking time ago. So, what the fuck are you waiting for? 13mmTV, click the big orange button, talk to us now. As a matter of fact, the first 5 callers, I will talk to you personally, guys. This is how critical this moment in time in the market is. To the first 5 callers, I will personally talk to you directly. I will answer any fucking questions. So don't waste a moment. Let's roll. Big moves ahead. Trade them like a lion, not like a little bitch. Let's roll.